Alrighty. We are going to try and do one more area, if the internet permits. We have now done 1-1-1-2, all of Stonefang, 3-1, 4-1, and 5-1. And I think what we're going to go for is Latria. We have 11,000 souls from the Tower Knight we just killed. Can we level up with that?
Then touch soul of the mind, key to life's ether.
I think I am going to go to 3 attunement slots.
Withdrawn from its vessel.
This is going to help. This is going to help because it's going to get us more mana. And more mana is good. We're using this catalyst. And even with this catalyst that gives us bonus MP, we still don't have a whole lot. Also, I guess before we run off, we should probably talk to Ostrava. Is it Ostrava or Ostarva? I always get the two confused. We can't have two people in the Souls community whose names are this close. It'd be like having Ouroboros and Oborobo.
Before the Blight, Boletaria was a grand kingdom. The king, his knights, and his subjects were modest and plain, but also steadfast and compassionate. I have spent much time in my studies in the cultured countries of the south, yet no country holds my heart as does Boletaria. But look at what has become of us now. I refuse to believe that this is what Father wished for our great land. Here in Boletaria, we speak of the legend of the two swords and the solitary hero. The two swords are Demonbrand and Soulbrand. One sword banishes that which befouls man, and the other banishes man himself. The solitary hero is old King Doran. King Doran is the everlasting one, founder of Boletaria and protector of the two swords. Of course, only according to legend. But in the dark state of our land, sometimes legends are all we have.
Getting a Boletarian history lesson with this guy.
Led Boletaria with a round table of the bravest knights. The noble twin Fangs, Valifax and Bjor. Alfred, the Tower Knight. Metas, the Penetrator. And the brave tribesman Longbow Ulan and his fearsome legions. But today, Boletaria is an abysmal mess. Valifax was lost, and Bjor slipped through the fissure, never to be heard from again. All the rest, along with Boletaria, are either devoured by the fog or fallen afoul of the demons. The Boletarian knights are no longer. But perhaps our age will see the rise of new heroes, such as yourself.
I'm blushing. I'm blushing. Well,
we've long been acquainted, so I'll give you a good price, eh? Nice stuff, eh?
Alright, let's go. Upper Latria, a church devoted to an idol that mimicked the queen, gave the prisoners a ray of hope. But no doubt, a deep malice awaited them, poised to mercilessly dash what faint dreams they had. This area is super spooky. It's got a real Yarnum vibe to it. And a lot of times we talk about how Miyazaki recycles ideas that he has in games. But I would like to point out to you, I've mentioned this on stream before. I'll mention it again. This guy, Miyazaki, got put in charge of a game, and for all he knew, it would be the only game he was ever in charge of. I imagine he took every cool idea he had, and he threw it at Demon Souls. And it probably didn't scratch, you know what I mean? Obviously, it didn't scratch the surface in terms of like the ideas that he had. Like, he couldn't fully develop all of them in this one game, but he, you know what I mean? Like, if you've ever done anything creative, if you've ever tried to like write a story or something, you know, a lot of times you have all these ideas and you've got one story, and rather than break them down and tell multiple stories, you just try and jam everything into one mess. And to me, like, that's what I see when I play Demon Souls. This dude had a million ideas, and he didn't know what he was going to get to do and how long he was going to get to do it. So he just took what he had and he ran with it. And then it was successful. And because it was successful, he got a chance to really, you know, take those same ideas and flesh them out. And really shine a spotlight on them, which is cool. But I totally understand, like, I see it differently when we talk about, when we talk about, recycled ideas in the Souls games. I look at it from a different lens. Like, I kind of understand. I get the desire to want to take everything and just throw it out all at once, you know? Who lives here, by the way? Where does any of this lead? Who was this built for? It's just nonsense. I should also point out, this silver catalyst is bestowed only to magicians of the distinguished Yormidar school. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Yormidar is probably the name of the king in yellow. How do you drop down here and how do you do this? How do you drop down here and get this? I'm always bad. It looks like you just drop down. Like, it looks like it's pretty level. Oof. The rune shield and the rune sword, which I considered using on this build. I would need 1 more strength to use it. It's not very good, but it is interesting. I would need 12 for the shield. How did this stuff get here, though? The rune sword and the rune shield. This is the thing that our homie uses. A gold sword with an intricate design. Its physical attack is negligible, but it is fortified with an arcane force, protecting its wielder from magic attacks. The weapon of a great hero of legend, who also wielded the matching rune shield. Now, is the hero of legend Ostrava? Ostrava? How do you say his name? Or is it was it someone before it was his? Yeah, he doesn't seem very heroic. He doesn't seem like hero material. This area is such a nightmare on New Game Plus. And to be fair, a lot of Demon Souls is a nightmare in New Game Plus. And I know that it's not as bad in New Game. And yet, I'm still terrified. Maybe it was a launch before it was given to... Maybe. I mean, I could buy that. Some of that aged spice. Some of that old spice. Wait, in the original it was called Old Spice, wasn't it? And then they changed it. Probably because they didn't want me thinking about Terry Crews while I was casting magic. Well, good luck trying to stop me. Tons of ephemeral eye stones. We've got 19 ephemeral eye stones. So, if we think back to where we just were when we fought the Fool's Idol, we'll remember... Oh. Jesus. The Fool's Idol was protected by a spellcasting dude like this. And the spellcasting dudes are doing something to sort of forge these chains that the giant heart uses to stay anchored in place, I think. Ironic to have slaves make magic chains. Indeed. So if we go down here, we can free jolly old... Fuck. We can free jolly old F-word. Alright, I'm just running past these dudes. Jolly old furt, yeah. The worst part isn't like the dudes or even the run back necessarily. The worst part's the elevator. I hate these having to wait for them elevators. Get out of here, man. And, like, the worst part is, we wouldn't even have to do this if we weren't trying to rescue Yurt. And we're trying to rescue Yurt, who's going to be a total jerk to us. No good deed goes unpunished, as they say. This is like paying money to go to a haunted house. Just have people wearing gross masks jump out of the shadows and scare you. Who hangs out here? Who likes it here? Who wants to go here? This is a nonsense place.
Are you here to fight the demons? If so, then help me escape this place. I am on your side. I have come to face the demons.
There's no arguing that his armor looks badass, though.
Thank you. I will remember this. I am certain we will meet again.
Fodens, welcome back. Thank you for 42 months.
I will remember this. I am certain.
Alright, so now we get to take his jail cell and ride it down into the sludge. And we get to deal with all these little centipede men. And I guess these are supposed to be like the quote-unquote roots of the big heart. And they're sucking up blood and sludge. We've got people hung up on wheels. Imagine being this guy. Who benefits from this? You know? Who benefits from this happening? Brutal. Absolutely brutal. We're gonna have to come back down here in the sludge and play around once we get to pure Black World tendency here. Because the Demon Souls remake added in a ring that allows you to walk through the swamp unencumbered. And that's a big deal. We got the Plague Resistance ring. Also right there is where our Primeval Demon will spawn in this location. I'm glad this is stock is doing work. The nobles get some entertainment. But see, the nobility has all been locked up in prison. So, like, if anyone's a noble here, it's that guy. After the king was exiled, he came back and he took revenge on the nobility. And the prison seems to be like especially geared towards keeping wizards locked up. And they use wizards to like cast the spells on the chains, and they use a wizard to keep the Fool's Idol going, you know? Yeah. And wizards are like tied to the nobility. There's a lot of like, this is for the nobility and magicians or whatever, you know. Also, Frost Tyrant, welcome back. Thanks for 9 months, much appreciated. Twitch baby time, hell yeah. What are you gonna name it? Nerd. All right. We're almost through this. The worst part is the gargoyles up ahead. Oh no, I broke my lock on. It's alright. We're almost finished. We got some spice. Just don't die. Just don't fall off any cliffs. Don't get killed by gargoyles. And you got this. And you got this. Is somebody shooting at me from up there? Oh man. What the hell? Get absolutely melted. Ooh, I got a spiral rapier. That's a pretty rare job. I had to send it to storage, so we can't take a look at it. But it's a rapier that inflicts bleeding. I decided to do a build I've never done before, Frost Tyrant. I'm doing like a spellcast, a sorcerer, but I wanted like some spell swordy type, you know, swashbuckler type sword fight stuff in it. So I went with an Estoc, and a spellcasting Estoc user. I contemplated katanas, and I might still do that. I also contemplated the rune sword, and I might still do that. But I'm having a good time with my spellcaster here. I can't wait to get some more spells, but I think we're gonna need Yuria for that. That's her name, right? Is it Yuria or Yuri? Whichever. But my suggestion is to just do a build you've not done before. You'll have enough of an idea of where to find stuff, but at the same time, you like the routing might prove like a little bit of a challenge. The Murden Hammer is kind of like the Lucerne of this game. It's really, really good. Really, really good. You can get it from the miners in Stonefang Tunnel, or you can get it from... you can get it in the Poison Swamp, the second level of Valley of Defilement. It's right next to the bonfire in the poisonous sludge swamp place. Alright. So, this is a thing that From Software uses right here. And they don't use it enough, in my opinion. They have changed the level now. I have changed the level with what I've done. I have dropped that big gross organ, and by dropping the big gross heart of Mensis, I've unleashed new monsters, right? And so even if you walk through this level and you die a few times, you come back and you try and figure it out, you know, you get accustomed to the level. It can still change when they do these levels like this, where, you know, you replay the same level but now it's slightly different. And from a gameplay standpoint, like, that's a really good idea. Let me send some of this stuff to my storage. They do it here. They do it a little bit in Anor Londo when Anor Londo goes dark, but it doesn't really change. It just makes everything else go away. And then they do it with Ashina Castle in Sekiro, and they do a great job. They do a great job with it there. You're never gonna make everybody happy. And it's foolish to try. Now it would obviously, if you did it all the time, it would start to feel kind of lazy, and I get that. But if my option is play the same area twice, but the second time it's different, noticeably different, or play an unfinished area, I'm gonna choose the first one every time. God, I love having a ranged option. I love having a ranged option. Usually, I have a bow in Demon Souls for, like, my knight-type dudes. I always keep a bow on them, and it's great. But having the wizard to do it is also really fun. I'm really looking forward to getting Pure White, because I think Pure White is going to give me access to some new fashion. We're going to get some new fashion here, but I'm going to have to give it up. We're going to get a mask here. And it looks cool, and I wouldn't even be opposed to wearing it on this build. The problem is that if we give this mask to the crows, they give us a colorless demon soul for it, and we can't pass that up. So the heart has dropped down here into this bizarre, I think this is called a vomitorium when a building is like this. I think it's called a vomitorium. I'm not making that up, but I could be wrong. But yeah. This definitely looks like a place where people hung out, sat down, and watched whatever the hell happened here. But I don't know what the hell happened here. The nobles, we don't get a lot of information on the nobles, other than, like, they're all locked up, and the king in yellow hates them. So here we get the EP rapier and the gold mask. And the gold mask is cool. Do you have to be body type B? Yeah, you gotta be body type, or no, you gotta be body type A to wear it. It's a cool looking mask. Even if I wanted to wear it, though, we wouldn't get to, because we're going to give it to the crows for a colorless demon soul. We got the EP rapier, which is used in rituals with an intricate gold design. Wielded by members of the secret Cotier who plot to harness the power of souls. Imbued with a potent fire spell, this weapon offers a partial explanation for why the group is feared as deeply as it is. So, if I'm not mistaken, Mephistopheles uses this. It has C-scaling in Dex and Intelligence. It has more fire damage than it does physical. This gold mask inlaid with delicate design is reserved for use only by the highest ranking members of that secret group who plot to harness the power of souls. I'm going to look up that word because I'm not familiar enough with it. In the words of the Dawnbot from Futurama, it is clear from the context what you mean. But, Coterie. A small group of people with shared interest or taste, especially one that is exclusive of other people. And her thing is getting us to murder everybody. She wants us to murder everybody. The Ring of Avarice is a luxurious gold ring fitted with a large jewel. Increases the number of souls obtained from slain enemies, once a symbol of wealth and debauchery. Just play New Game Plus so you can get the mask again. We can actually get the mask again if we do, if we finish what's-her-name's quest, Mephistopheles' quest. It's wild to me that there's no Covenants in Demon Souls. Well, the multiplayer is very bare in this game. And, you know, I just don't think they thought it was going to be as popular as it was. That's the reason, like, you can only invade in spirit form, in soul form, and then you hit body form. They literally just thought we would just do it to get body form back, you know? And then it's like people fell in love with it. And so now it became a thing they actually had to, like, you know, think about. Covenants in Demon Souls could be cool. Don't get me wrong. I'll be honest, this is kind of how I suspect Covenants are going to work in Elden Ring, is how Covenants would work in Demon Souls. Like, in Demon Souls, I picture you joining a covenant, and you're basically, like, swearing fealty to one of the archstones, and you protect that archstone. And I really think that that's how Elden Ring covenants are going to be. I think you're just going to sort of, like, swear fealty to a kingdom, and you'll defend that kingdom. I hope there are rivalries. Yeah, me too. Also, what's up, Cuckoo? Alright, so there's not a lot of bosses in Demon Souls that are just, you know, a straight up fight, but this is one of them. This is just a straight up fight. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't this statue just straight up in Bloodborne? Or am I mistaken? Something very close to it anyway. Smellin' Boy, welcome back. Thanks for 2 months. Hey. Elden Ring can't come soon enough. That's not soon enough. Oh, so what I was saying was, the Man-Eaters and the Flame Lurker are, like, the closest thing to, like, just straight-up boss fights, you know? Like, just a monster and it just whips your ass. And, as a result, these are the bosses that whip my ass the most, if you can believe it. But we've got magic damage, so maybe we can actually, do good. Maybe we can actually do good against them. I'll be honest, I was hoping for a little bit of better damage. Where are you? That damage is bad now. Oh, he got me. Quit flying around and come back here. Get absolutely wrecked. Alright. Now it's all about not getting knocked off. Bad roll. Look at this dude trying to wait out my buff. Dishonorable. Come down here and fight me. Oh shit. Oh yeah, baby! Get destroyed! First try! So, I was talking about doing an infusion with my straight sword earlier, my short sword, and then I was like, oh, I should just not do that, because there's one right here. Which is actually a pretty good find. We have a moon short sword now, which has C scaling and intelligence. Yeah. So, you know, why not? It's free, and it fits our build. And now, oh, now it's time for the Archstone of the Man-Eater Demons. In the ivory tower, prisoners hung in cages, their flesh patched together to create fleshly monstrosities. It was the doing of Latria's new master, an old man who had long ceased to be human, seeking to create demons by his own hand. Ghost Hardware, welcome back. 37 months in a row. Hope you're doing good, Ghost. Let's take a look, see if we can get a new spell.
You have your wits about you.
Warding greatly raises defense. This spell is bonkers strong, but it costs 2 attunement slots.
I am fully prepared.
But it it reduces damage that you take by like 70%. It's insane.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. Art thou finished? May thy strength help the world be mended.
Alright, so we've got 2 attunement slots now. We've got...
You have your wits about you.
We've got magic weapon, as well as... We've got magic weapon as well as... Pew pew! Soul Ray. But we have another... attunement slot now. So we can put something else in here. I'll be honest, I'm gonna put Cloak on, but I don't want to use it in PvP because it's so annoying. And we're about to do a PvP boss. So, well, I mean, whatever. We'll take it. We're just not gonna use it on this boss. I wonder if we have enough souls to level up if we spend all of our, Oh, we definitely should.
Thou see, then touch the soul of the mind, key to life's
Yeah,
ether.
that's what's up.
Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted. Art, may thy strength.
Alright. Oh, snap. Not like this. Gotta die. Gotta die. Chat, you never remind me to die. You guys are always You guys are always slipping. You're never reminded me to die. Rackshale, hello. Fire spray is super annoying. Also, I love when these two hang out. Like, what do they talk about, you know? What do these two have to talk about? That's the best. Hey, I killed another demon.
You. Have you seen my corporeal flesh? Has my body gone rotten?
Bro, if you just kill a demon, you get your body back. You get a whole new body, in fact. It's not even the body you thought it was. Hey, somebody died. Who died? Somebody died. Oh, somebody else died. What the hell? Who's over here killing people? Hey, bro. Are you over here killing people?
I am indebted to you for your help in Latria. Without it, I would not have made it back. Now, I can go on with my work. And for that, thank you.
People die all the time, Saint. Stop assuming things. I don't know. This guy looks pretty sketchy.
What is it? I have no business with you. Not yet. Do not be concerned. Life is hardly as precious as one might think.
I don't like the way that sounds. Send all that straight to storage. Mephistopheles was right about me, he said. Rip Ring of the Chieftain. I'll be honest, Ring of the Chieftain is so strong that to me it's like it's less fun to get it. You know? And this is coming from somebody who plays and uses the foe's ring. You know? Even I have builds that I'll use the foe's ring on. If I think a weapon sucks but looks cool, I'm like, you know what? This weapon, like the penetrator sword, you know? I use the penetrator sword. And that weapon sucks. There's no way around it. It does terrible damage. Like, the only way you can make it decent is with a buff and the foe's ring. But even that weapon, with the Ring of the Chieftain, becomes entirely OP. It's nuts. So I just don't worry about it, you know?
But perhaps our age will see the rise of youth.
You just murdered that guy for being weird. No, he was a murderer. He killed those people. You could tell by the way he talked. He's a woman's man. No time for walk. Chat would take one look at that guy and be like, nah, he seems okay. You didn't see nothing. You didn't see nothing. Oh, god damn it. Ow. That sucked. I'm coming, Black Phantom Z, or whatever your name was. Ooh, howdy. Nice. Ooh! That curved sword. GG's. Good game. Look at me bleeding out. I'm bleeding out blue. Gross. So, I mean, obviously these would be like paintings of like nobles. And they've been scratched out and turned into faceless. You know, like, you ever watch a movie where like somebody has a stalker and they're sending their victim like photos with like their eyes gouged out and stuff? Kind of like that. This dude hated the nobility. He hated these people. And he left, he got exiled, he came back with like a yellow robe, and the yellow robe itself was apparently a demon. And he wanted to learn how to make his own demons, and he did it with the help of that weird heart that we destroyed. Archstone of the Old Monk Demon. His revenge complete, the old man withered away, driven to madness by the golden robes that controlled his body. Now too frail to serve as a vessel, he was fully absorbed by the demon's soul. Style Train has redeemed Do the Dungeon Master voice and says, "It's Dark Soul, the famous hero from the hit series Dark Souls. Known for his famous quotes, such as, 'It's always darkest before the soul,' and 'Every soul has its dark.'" I guess we really were the Dark Souls 3 The Fire Fades edition. This is the throne room of Yormidar. So I like to think that Yormidar, the guy who's... This was like the school of Yormidar's magic. I like to think that Yormidar was the name of the monk. The name, not the monk, but the name of the king in yellow. His name was Yormidar. That's how I like to imagine it. Your mileage may vary. Let us see if we can be an old monk one time. Oh no, I'm human, so I can't be an old monk one time. You can't be human. I always forget about that. Well, then maybe that will be what we do next time. But right now, we have pure white world tendency in Latria, which means we can do our Latria event, and we also have a new spell.
You have your wits.
We have Homing Soul Arrow. Requires 2 slots. Magic derived from the soul of the old monk demon. Fires a soul arrow that tracks its target. The old usurper was merely a medium for the golden robe that drove him to madness. This spell reflects the old man's covetousness of power that was never meant for him. Cost 40 MP. Yeah. Cost 40 mana.
I can still be patient.
And we have 140, basically. However, it is a very powerful spell.
Thou seekest the power of the soul, no? Then touch the demon inside me. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel. Art thou, may thy strength.
Yeah, pretty expensive spell, but if you build around it, if you build around it, that's a one shot. You know, like it's pretty bonkers. All right, let's see if we can get ourselves summoned up as the old monk. Kind of a slow reaction on the maiden, yeah. God dang it! I'm so used to keeping my stone there. Ugh! I can't even use it here. They're really picky about where you can use the eye stone in this particular zone. And I did it again! I'm just so hungry for spice, apparently. The spice must flow. So they changed the way the summoning works, and now you never know where your host is because they've changed the way the cutscene works. But you can kind of sneak around the fog wall there and get your camera out so that you can just kind of chill and see how long it's going to be before your host gets here. Which is nice because like I'm going to buff my weapon, right? I don't want to buff it and then waste it. So I'll wait until he gets up here and he starts fighting the Mind Flayer. The problem is these Mind Flayers will just absolutely kill folks. These Mind Flayers are brutal. Absolutely brutal. So, like, a lot of times you get summoned as the old monk and you don't even get a chance to fight because the Mind Flayers kill them for you. Oh, shit. Hello! I wasn't expecting you. You have no health. Nice dodge. GG's. Where's that gesture I like so much? There it is. So, by winning an old monk invasion, we got ourselves a dope-ass hat. The monk's head wrappings. Head wrappings that were once the golden robe of the wizened usurper of Latria, which took possession of the weary old man, can only be obtained by being summoned by the wrappings, and then carrying out their wishes. Perhaps they seek a new person to possess. The wearer of these wrappings enjoys a boost to magic power, but at the expense of receiving increased magic from magic. But at the expense of receiving increased damage from magic. And the fact that they gave the hat like flop physics is that cannot be overstated. I will never wear this because I think it looks just absolutely absurd. But you know, the fact that the hat flops around is it's a beautiful touch. You have got to hand it to him. Doesn't the remake allow you to make the hat invisible? Yeah, it does actually. For me, but if I was doing PvP, my opponents would still see it. And that counts. That counts, you know? The floppy golden tornado. Yep. This will be a good point to put a little stop in the VODs. I hope that you have enjoyed Demon Souls. I'm glad that we're doing this. This game's got a lot of cool stories and stuff to it, and it's fun making a new build. And especially a build I've never made before, so I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. This would be a good place to leave off. We will do the Pure White World events in Latria when we come back. Hopefully get some new fashion. It'll be nice. Until then, Later, y'all.